In this tutorial in Cyberlink PowerDirector, we're going to look at how to use a new tool called a mask brush to create a mask that you can use to change the color of an iris or the eye of a subject in your video. We'd like to show you a quick example of going from brown to blue and then show you how to do something like that. The first thing I do is I take my clip, drag it on track number 1. And with the clip highlighted, I click on the Designer button above the timelines, choose the drop-down, and select Mask Designer in PowerDirector version 17. And now in 17, I have some tools I did not have in earlier versions. We have Create a Text Mask and now Create a Brush Mask. So now we're going to select on Create a Brush Mask, and that will take me into this brand new screen. I have 3 controls in the upper left corner. I have 2 kinds of brushes. One is round, the other they call flat. I would call this square. And then I have an eraser tool. I can adjust the width of any of the 3 of these by working on the slider, and you see the difference in the black box above. I also have an option called Tracing Paper Transparency. What's that about? The farther I move to the right, the more I see the picture underneath. The farther I move to the left, the more I will see the mask I'm drawing. And since I haven't drawn a mask, we'll move left later. First thing I want to do is draw out the area around the pupil. So let's make our brush a little bit smaller. I want the round one. And with the mouse, I'll try to do this relatively well and relatively quickly for you. And then we'll go under the eyelid, and we'll go around the pupil. And then we'll do our best to adjust it up just a bit and cover the area between the inside and the outside. Now you notice here I got out of my view. I wish we could magnify this, but we can't. I'll go to the eraser. Now the eraser tool in the brand new version only comes in square. So that makes it a little more awkward in some ways. But you can still do some nice touch-up using that eraser tool. We won't make it perfect. I can erase a little bit in the inside if I figure like I made it too small or not round enough. And you can tweak that all you want. When I click to the left now on my tracing transparency, I see the actual part of my object, so I can adjust it even more. And if I were to want to make this perfect, I would do a lot more tweaking on it. But we won't spend time in this tutorial to do all that. You get the idea. We'll click on OK. And now I have an eye, but that's all I have. So I need to, on the left side, click the button at the bottom that says Invert Mask. And I'm going to feather the radius of it just a little bit, maybe 2 or 3. That looks pretty good. And that takes care of that. The other thing I'd like to do is I want to change one more feature on this, and that's the opacity. The opacity is 100%. We're going to back it down a little bit, maybe into the 20s or 30s, and click on OK. I haven't changed the eye color to blue yet. How do I do that? I take this clip, I'm going to drag it down to track number 2. And then since the mask is basically a hole in my picture, I'm going to click on my color boards and pick one and drag it beneath. And then I think in this case I'm going to right click, choose Change Color, and we'll just lighten that up a little bit too. Click on OK. And then when I click on my movie, I can play this, and now she's looking at me through this bluish eye. You notice we have one issue going on, because when she blinks, our mask doesn't move even though her eye shuts. Now there's several ways you could deal with that. Let's go back to our clip and go back to Designer, Mask Designer. And below the Mask Designer, if this blue arrow on the right is pointing down, I have tracks I can look at. If I don't see them, then that's because it's been minimized. But if I click up here, I have some tracks. And if I go to the place where she starts to blink, which is like 227, I'm going to set the opacity for what it is right now. And then I'm going to go to where she is finished blinking and her eye is open again. And I'll set the same keyframe. But then what I want to do in between these is I'm going to set another keyframe for opacity. And this time I'm going to turn the opacity value back to 0. Now her eye will turn brown, but hopefully it's short enough time. We'll do one here, and we'll do duplicate previous keyframe, that people won't notice it when she blinks. You could also use the position and scale, but what I found is if I try to scale that blue area, my mask smaller, it also scales the edge of this down. So if I change scale, I've got problems. If I change scale, change positions, I've got problems. So I've decided this is the easiest of my poor options that I have here. Let's see what it looks like now. Eye open, she blinks. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it shows you at least that you can apply some keyframing to your mask in this case. And if you have ideas of what you would do in this case, put them in the comment section, and we'll keep working on this till we can make this perfect. Masking is more common, obviously, when you're working with a still image, but you can do it to some measure when you're working with a video, as in this case in PowerDirector 17 with a brand new brush mask tool.